No more Warden walking. Today, Kingsman, one of the best Super Bowler Smash players in the world, is going to show us that starting off your attacks with a Warden charge or a Queen charge is the recipe for success. Ring base, which is great news for Super Bowlers, and what are we going to do? Obviously, starting with the Flame Flinger. So we're going to put the Flame Flinger on the top side. I love the Yeti in the Super Bowler comp. Can't recommend it enough because you can use it to tank the mortar, but we're not going to be focusing on the Flame Flinger in any of the attacks today. We're going to be focusing on what Kingsman does with his opener, because he gets superb funnels for the rest of the attack or insane value. Now, this might look like a normal Warden walk, but it's going to be a whole lot more than that. So the Flame Flinger setting up a huge funnel on the top side. That is the purpose of it, as also taking down all the defenses. But have a look at this Warden walk here. So we're taking our time with it. There is the first rage. I say first rage for a reason. You'll see why in a second. And this is kind of what you'd expect normally. If I was doing this army, I'd probably take down this Wizard Tower and then pull my Warden away. But I'm not Kingsman. Kingsman is on another level here. Look at this. A second rage. So this is no longer a Warden walk in my opinion. This constitutes a Warden charge. 2 rages. We're getting the Warden deep in the base. Not in the face. Deep in the base. And look at this funnel. Now we're going to pull the Warden over. And look at this, right? This is why this is so strong. The Super Bowlers have nowhere to go but in the base. The Flame Flinger's cleared such a good path on the top side that our King's actually going to go into the base. He's going to tank, going to help out. But I mean, the Super Bowlers have to go in here, and they're very likely to go in here as well. You'll also see an extra benefit of it as we go forward here. Normally when you send the King on the flank, you have to use a wall breaker for him, right? And you've only got 3 wall breakers with this comp, which means you have to jump to the core. But that's our second wall break, and our third wall break will come in a second here. And essentially, you don't need to jump. You don't need to jump. Now, unfortunately, he waits for the bomb tower to go down, which means his King and Titan does walk around because they've got no targets to aim for. But the Super Bowlers did. Great Warden ability, got so much in that. But yeah, we can actually jump out of the core of the base. Now this is like nice, but it's not necessary to jump out of the core of the base. Generally with the Super Bowler bounce, they will take out most of the back end anyway, and the jump doesn't really add a whole lot. But if you can save it to the back end, why not? You know, I'd rather that than have to jump in at the start and hope we get through the back end. RC on the left side, Flame Flinger's opened on the top side, and this is pretty wrecked. Now, I will say yet again, look, this jump didn't make or break the attack, but it's a nice thing. It might help you some attacks, triple wall breaking in. I'd still just wall break and then jump, but, you know, up to you. But regardless, that double rage Warden walk only left him with 2 rages for the Super Bowlers, but that's more than enough. Here is a box base, so not the same as a ring, and this time you're not going to see a Warden charge. You're going to see the Queen charge, and this approach, we've shown it on the channel before with Yada. This approach is so strong on box bases. What do you need to do? You need to be able to charge the town hall easily. Now, it's worth noting one thing. With this army comp, and the one that Yada brings as well, they do not bring a poison spell. So if the clan castle is here, you probably can't do this charge. Because the clan castle's in the core of the base though, poison spell is not going to be an issue. Now he's opened up the corner of these walls, sorry. Flame Flinger on the same side as the Queen. Going to Queen charge the town hall, and essentially as soon as it goes down, the Super Bowlers will come in the other hole. The King's going to set a perfect funnel, and away we go. Now I'm going to quickly apologize if my voice sounds a little off today. I did a little bit of singing last night, and I'm not very good, don't worry. I'm sure you knew that anyway. But yeah, my voice is a little bit gone, but alas, we are okay. Now look at this, unfortunate CC timing with the single Inferno. And because we don't have a poison spell, we just got to keep freezing. So you are noticing the one weakness. Now, the reason they don't bring a poison spell is you've got this E-Titan in the army, and look at the E-Titan go to work there. But we use all of our freezes, so yeah, not great, but have a look at this Warden ability. Our King went inside the base for some reason. We didn't want that at all, but you know what? You can't really have everything. The jump allows us to target the scatter shot anyway, so that's fine, even if the King didn't get it. The Queen is still sitting so far back. Her and the Titan dealt with that defensive hound, but I mean, look at this. The core of the base is gone. And that's why this approach is so good. The base is not ready for it, and the healers, even though they're doing not much this attack, are normally really good because you're not fighting any sweepers at all. The sweepers are almost always facing the back end, and you can save your Warden ability because the Queen gets the Town Hall. So really nicely done from Kingsman here, showing that, you know, if you don't want to do a Warden charge, you can also do the Queen charge. You can do the Queen charge on, like, rings as well if you want. It's just the Warden charge is a bit safer and a lot easier to control because obviously the Warden will come where you tell him to go 99% of the time. Obviously his AI is far from perfect. Another box space here. I'm going to show you the Queen charge approach yet again. Look at those two super wall breakers. Neither of them targeted the walls that went down, but it's just about timing when they die. Now, you do need to be careful doing these charges if there's like a multi-inferno and a rage tower like here on the outside of the base, because then your healers get burned. So this is not a works on every box space sort of approach. This works on specific box spaces, and this one's another great example. CC deep in the base, Town Hall really accessible, and nothing that's going to burn our healers. Rage spell will surely come down here. Nice. There is a rage spell behind the Town Hall, so this will get a little dicey, but alas. Look at this yet again. Perfectly timed Yeti. I think the mortar actually hit the flame flinger just by pure accident. Not a lot you can do about that, but yeah. We've activated the eagle already somehow. That's a little unfortunate. Thankfully, the eagle should go for the king next. Notice how the rage tower only just gets activated now. So, I mean, not really that effective in the grand scheme of things. Oh, I didn't even notice this. I wish I pointed it out. This air defense that went down here, go back like 5 seconds if you're on YouTube, so I know you can do it. Watch how he places the super bowlers here and they bounce this building and it takes down that air defense as well, which means the super bowlers go perfectly inside the base. It's something, keep in mind, like bowlers are really good at funneling themselves in. Unfortunately, our Queen ability would have gone off there, but we popped the Warden ability instead. Obviously high DPS part of the base here. No poison spell, but the Titan is in here, should go to work. The King's doing a great job on the top side. Flame Flinger's doing an awesome job on the bottom side. And we've still got quite a few spells here. Expect another Rage to come down any second. Surely now. Yep, there it is. And I mean, the Super Bowlers just wrecked the base. Look at the bounces out of the core. And yeah, even though the jump did not get us that far into the base, it's far enough. The Super Bowlers, I think, get wrecked here by the Rage Tower with the Expo and the multi, but that's okay. The Queen's in there. She'll finish it all off, and that is a smashing, honestly. It's not even close. Now, this approach is really hard to do. I'm playing around with Super Bowler Smash myself at the moment, so don't expect this is the sort of thing you can pick up immediately. It requires so much skill, but it's an approach that's timeless. I don't ever see it not being strong, so give it a go. Diamond base here, so different base style, and we're starting with the Warden Walk, but we all know this is not going to be a quick Warden Walk. Now, to be fair, I'm not sure I'd describe this Warden Walk as a Warden Charge. It's not quite at the same, level as that first attack, but it definitely is a longer Warden Walk than you'd see the standard player do. So Warden's coming in, and you see this ground bow here. Now, we've got the Flame Flinger behind because we want the Flame Flinger to get rid of all of this. Nice balloon, by the way, to find the Tesla. But because of that ground bow there, we have to Warden Walk it. So we are going to go a little deeper in the base here, but it's definitely worth it. Rage spell should come out, does it? I actually can't remember if he uses the Rage spell here. Surely. Hanging on to the Rage spell. Now, notice how he's put all 5 healers on your Warden. If you're doing like a high DPS Warden Walk, then yes, that is recommended. But if you don't need all the healers, try and put like only 3 or 4 of them on the Warden. And then when you pull the Warden over to the Smash, put the other healers straight onto the Super Bowlers, because if you can't get a healer swap, that is trouble. Now look at this Yeti on the bottom side, helping out for our Flame Flinger because of the mortar there. The Tesla does pop though. And notice this, we're not going to try and Warden Walk the multi, that just would take way too long, but keep in mind, look at the time left. 1 minute 23. Not long left at all. So you can go really fast with this attack strategy. This multi will end up hurting our healers though, do keep that in mind. Now, the reason he can get away with the Flame Flinger on this is if you have a look, if you put a jump spell right on that Builder Hut, it opens up the entire base. Slight base building flaw there from Aphrodite, but I mean, you can't defend everything, can you? But yeah, so because of that, we can use the Flame Flinger. Some of the time on diamond bases, you will see the log launcher used because you got to open up gaps in the base. Now, unfortunately, that invis missed our healers, and look at them, they're just getting wrecked here. We actually popped the Warden ability way earlier than we would have wanted. Our Super Bowlers aren't taking much damage. Probably would have popped it right now with the Rage Scatter. But yeah, unfortunately, this multi just lives long enough to destroy all of our healers. In fact, Yetis are doing a great job down the bottom, RC and King on the top side, and we're just going to slowly but surely overwhelm the base. There is the Town Hall here, but we've still got spells for our Queen. She's still got an ability as well, and this is really nicely put together attack. Yet again, a longer Warden Walk. It was like a minute 10, I think, or a minute 20. So it is a longer Warden Walk, but if you're setting an elite funnel, the time investment can be worth it, as long as you're quick. Now, if you are enjoying the video today and the attacks, Kingsman's got his own YouTube channel. You'll see right here, Kingsman COC. He's got 3K subscribers, some really nice thumbnails as well, and you can see all about the Super Bowlers. So him and Yata, probably the two best people to look at for Super Bowler attacks on YouTube. Make sure you go to his channel and click at that subscribe button. Now, let's jump into the final attack here, and this is going to be a more normal sort of attack, just a regular Warden Walk. So obviously, you don't have to Queen charge every time, you don't have to Warden charge every time, but when you have a look at, like, when I get hit on defense by your average Joe player, I don't think anyone does a lot of longer Warden Walks or Queen charges to start the attacks. I think it's a completely underutilized mechanic when it comes to Super Bowler Smash, because it can be super strong. Does add a layer of risk, but risk versus reward, and you're about to see risk versus reward with this attack here. This attack's a complete YOLO. I'm just gonna say it. In fact, I tried to recreate this plan that Kingsman did here, and I came in with a 1-star, so I don't know how to hit this base at the moment, but we'll worry about that later. Nice freeze. He didn't want to use the Rage because he's not going to be Warden Walking for that long. Better use one of his 3 freezes. Like, he's got 3 of them. It's alright to use it. Flame Flinger's putting in really nice work on the top side. Nice loons to come in and get the Arch Tower, and we're going in. King and Yeti on the left side, great funnel for us. Now, because we're doing the Flame Flinger, that means we do not have a log launcher, and I would recommend on this base to bring a log launcher if you're doing this sort of approach. Means you can save wall breakers as well and wall break the King into this cannon here, whereas he's run out of wall breakers at this point. Nice jump spell, but it doesn't quite get us to the Town Hall, so we're going to be relying on, I wouldn't say a little bit of luck, but it is a little bit of luck, so I guess I will say that. But he did such a good job setting the funnel for everything that he's going to be fine here. Super Bowlers do their thing, and look, it will look close, and that's because it is. This very easily could have been a 1-star, but when you look after the start of your smash and do a really good job opening the base up, your troops will have enough health to get through the back end. Look at that. The Yetis out of the Flame Flinger took out the entire top side. We will not take the Town Hall down with the Super Bowler, but the RC has had a free ride on that left-hand side. And that is it for the video today. Let me know, were you surprised by how strong the Warden Walk, or Warden Charge, I should say, and Queen Charges are? Make sure you give it a go, because it's definitely the future of this army. Not just starting off with playing Warden Walks, but doing Queen Charges. And if you want to see another video that is just solely focusing on the Queen Charge for the Town Hall on box bases with Super Bowler Smash, I've got a video on that with Yata's attacks, and I tried to recreate it, and it didn't go perfectly, but it was a good laugh. I'll link it on the left. But yeah, thanks for hanging out.